It's Madden NFL 23. And at center stage, it's the Raiders' creative quarterback. As he's moved past 3,000 yards passing for the year and looking for more. It's the Raiders and the Chargers coming up next.
Well, even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020.
Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Las Vegas Raiders. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They come in off the extended break from the bye.
I think it was much needed as well. You play 2.5 months, you're ready for some time off to get set for the home stretch.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Chargers, they come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
And we are underway at Allegiant Stadium. Joe Reed going to return it from his end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
So here's the Charger offense making their way out. Leading them out at QB is the former North Carolina Tar Heel, Mitchell Trubisky.
Well, he certainly had his ups and downs since being the second overall selection back in 2017. But when he's on, Mitchell Trubisky shows all the attributes you're looking for in a quarterback. Big arm, excellent legs for mobility. His key, being consistent.
Trubisky going to look to throw right away.
And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Austin Ekeler. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Trubisky.
And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 45-yard line. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 45-yard line. Ekeler now between the tackles.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
From the 41, Trubisky. That's complete to Austin Ekeler, the running back.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17. From the 17, Trubisky dumps it off for Spiller. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And 3rd and 8 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Here's Trubisky to throw. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. And his kick is good. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead.
And all in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. And leading the charge, their lefty QB.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 10.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
The Raiders at 7-5 now of the year. And they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
Now a play fake here on 1st down.
There's Chris Olave. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Back to throw now on 1st down.
He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
15-yard line.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time, that's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive.
Jacobs.
That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the Raiders are able to answer the early 3 points six-quarter lead.
I do believe we came here to see a game, didn't we? And it looks like he's running what we call routes versus air. You just go out there with your offensive unit and throw the football with no defense. He's 5 for 5 on opening drive.
He was on his game there for drive number 1, but well, the thing is now he can't go any higher than that. He was so perfect. Can he do it again later?
Yeah, all he cares about right now is making it 10 for 10, 15 for 15, and he feels like he can get it done.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal. And I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Yeah, maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. They're going to look to throw. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return, and the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. The Raider offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC.
A CD after this game, there will be 4 weeks left in the regular season. So this is far from the final version of what we'll see come January, more of a first draft, if you will, as all these teams fight for a better position.
And you pointed it out so accurately there, Brandon. After this game, 4 weeks left in the regular season, and then the playoffs officially begin. But for some teams, trying to fight to make it to the playoffs, they're actually in a playoff push right now.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter from Vegas. The homestanding Raiders with a football here, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Looking to throw. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
They'll set up to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And the Raiders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
They'll drop to throw. This is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half, as his guys are able to extend their lead. In the second quarter, and already his second touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game. I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. On as the Raider kickoff unit now, as they will send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. They started on the ground with Eckler. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. He'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. And boy, before the drive even starts, here's a timeout. Wow. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
I know that halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his fifth catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Second and 4.
Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Kyler Gordon picks it off. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
And they'll start with great field position, trying to get back into this one. It's 1st and 10 here.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now it's Trubisky.
And this will be caught by Mooney. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Here's Trubisky. Throwing left side, it's complete.
And the Chargers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Eckler. Going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Eckler again.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers.
Austin Eckler with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers have cut it back within a score. And they would not be denied on the ground, powering it in just one play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends were on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of the tight end more as a pass catcher. But this group, they tell them you've got to be able to run block to stay on this team. And they committed to it and got it done right there.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out. Well, they obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him think.
By that,
yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Taking down at the 49. It's a pickup of 3.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 32-yard line. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
A lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well when you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. They'll look to throw here. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Olave over the middle. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
First down pass. Complete to Chris Olave. 2 yards on the pickup.
A give, it's Jacobs off the option.
And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive.
Brings up 3rd down.
Back to throw here. And it's caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Here's Jacobs. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs with career touchdown number 60. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Carlson now to add the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10. A 10-play drive that time. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you've just watched your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Trubisky will throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Trubisky to throw.
He'll get this out wide to Eckler.
So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Now the Chargers hustling, trying to get up and get set.
Trubisky's throw going into the hands of Williams.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 45-yard line. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Now Trubisky apparently not liking something here. He's going to step back and call a timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. Eluding the pressure right. He finds his receiver Williams for a Charger touchdown.
Mike Williams
from 17 yards out.
And the Chargers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did. They didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. That time a 6-play drive.
And in the end, it was Mike Williams who capped the drive with a touchdown reception. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown.
And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25.
The Raider offense going to head out now late in this first half. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll look to throw here on first down.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll look to throw again. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. And he is going to have the Raiders first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. So we have reached halftime here in Vegas with the Raiders on top.
As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. From there, let's get over to Arizona to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And they currently trail in that game against the visiting Patriots. Tom Brady has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Denver Broncos. Dameon Pierce, what a game. 3 touchdown runs in the victory. With that, we take a look at the next-gen stats for the Chargers in that first half. And I can imagine the halftime discussions are about how can we improve the running game. They have not had success so far, and it's reflected on the scoreboard. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well. And most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
And he'll get it up here this time to the 21.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Pushes him over. And now past another. 49-yard punt, 5 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Now a look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
Trubisky.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Trubisky to throw. Flushed out right.
And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Back to throw. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
They'll set up a throw.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here.
And they'll take over here following the interception with good field position and a chance to take the lead with a touchdown.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Trubisky. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
To throw again on 2nd down. Trubisky, he's got Allen. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They'll run for it with Eckler. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. It's Eckler again. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Up the middle with Eckler. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here slow to get up.
We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Throwing here, Trubisky. And this is going to be incomplete.
Out of the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down. Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And his kick here is good. And that'll bring him back within a point.
Well, the 3 points certainly helps, but you feel like, Charles, at this stage of the game, when you force those turnovers, need to start converting them into touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised myself because I thought in this situation they were thinking end zone or bust. Now they got to rely on their defense to get the ball back again for another opportunity to get 6 points.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field.
Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, That'll hurt a little bit more, but this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect him to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be hauled down at about the 40-yard line.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
Intended for Ja'Marr Chase, incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Back to throw again. Throw left side complete to Chase. And he's going to be brought down. He needed to get to the 20. But he's a yard or 2 short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
4th down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. The kick by Carlson is good, and that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So they're content to take the 3. Somewhat of a conservative call. They're opting not to go for it on 4th and inches.
And that's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. It's a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. On 3rd down, here's Eckler. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a 1st down.
Well, we got beefeaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
We got the lead here in the 2nd half. That's the last penalty you want to commit.
And they were getting the ball. Why are you going after the punter there? Just take the football and keep going.
So 1st and 10 after a big mistake on 4th down with a penalty. Now it's Trubisky.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Byron Murphy.
And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
Parker, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field.
And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 30.
Not one that I've ever met.
Well, every time I see speed like that off the edge, Charles, I just don't know how these offensive linemen do it. I would think that they would get called for holding every play, and maybe they should have been called for holding on that one.
Yeah, maybe not just holding, but sometimes you end up setting back in the offensive backfield a little bit farther to try and help you with the edge. That's a penalty as well. Sometimes you overset, they'll come inside of you. That's what speed does. It disrupts an offense. And right now, you've got to pay attention to this edge rusher on every single down.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Brings up 3rd and 11.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Complete to Olave on the out route.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's the Raiders with a lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. 26 yards.
And the Raiders look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have. And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed, and in a tight game like this. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. A drive that time of 6 plays.
And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown.
On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle, that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Trubisky. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40.
Put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is so difficult nowadays, but they did in a big way there.
The Chargers on 3rd down, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Trubisky. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this.
On is the Chargers punter now, as he's on to kick it away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Off the option, here's Jacobs. And he'll take this to about the 24, a gain of 3. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he'll just get rid of it.
The 3rd down pass. Thrown to the sideline and incomplete.
Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
56 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Trubisky. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Trubisky will throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. From the 39, Trubisky. It's Williams on the catch. And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. 1st down.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Looking to throw, Trubisky on 1st down.
There's Tremble, the tight end. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
Now Trubisky to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And they've they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Looking to throw again, Trubisky. It's caught on the right side, Williams.
9-yard line, 2nd and 6.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
And now hold everything here as the challenge flag is out. And we're going to get a review of that last play. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully...
So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is indeed good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
2nd down and 3.
They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
Maybe the old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. And they will take a knee here.
2nd and 11.
On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline.
What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just
hoping they can find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.
So for Las Vegas, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-5. And they'll have another home date next week as the Kansas City Chiefs come to town. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, it's going to all but eliminate them from the playoff picture as they fall to 5-8. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers.